Imagine stepping onto a red carpet in a foreign country. You're surrounded by the biggest names in Western pop music. Cameras are flashing, reporters are shouting. No one really knows who you are yet. But by the time you leave that carpet, the entire internet is desperately trying to figure out your name. This isn't a movie script. This actually happened in 2017. A single photograph was taken, a single viral tweet was sent, and an international mystery was born, simply known as the third guy from the left. But how did a viral red carpet moment turn into an official, undisputed global title? How did Kim Seokjin of BTS turn a trendy internet question into a legendary moniker that he proudly shouts across stadium stages to millions of screaming fans? Today, we are uncovering the true story behind the most iconic nickname in pop culture history. This is the story of Worldwide Handsome. If you know BTS, you know Jin. He is the eldest member, the vocalist with a silver voice, the undisputed king of dad jokes, and the official visual of the biggest band on the planet. But to understand the weight of Worldwide Handsome, you have to understand that this title wasn't just handed to him by a marketing team. It wasn't cooked up in a boardroom by executives trying to sell records. It was chosen by the world, and then claimed by the man himself. Let's rewind. Long before the sold-out stadiums in Los Angeles or London, there were the busy streets of South Korea. Here is a fact that sounds completely made up, but is absolutely true. Jin's face is literally what got him into the music industry. He wasn't even trying to be a singer. He was a university student studying acting, but he was so strikingly good-looking that a casting director for SM Entertainment, one of the biggest and most powerful agencies in Korea, tried to recruit him right off the street. And what did Jin do? He ran away. He thought it was a scam. Luckily for ARMY, fate wasn't done with him. Later, a representative from Big Hit Entertainment saw him getting off a bus. They didn't hear him sing, they didn't watch him dance. They just looked at him and knew, this guy needs to be on camera. But here is where the story gets interesting. In the early days of BTS, back in 2013 and 2014, Jin's striking visuals were almost a burden. He was forced into the cool, mysterious Ice Prince role. He was instructed not to smile too much, to look serious, to be the untouchable, perfect visual. But if you know Jin, you know that is the exact opposite of who he really is. The first real crack in that Ice Prince persona and the first true sign of his undeniable global appeal happened on November 7th, 2015. It was the Melon Music Awards. It was raining, the sky was gloomy, a black van pulls up to the red carpet, the door opens, and out steps Kim Seokjin. That's it. That was the whole moment. He just opened a car door and stepped out. But the way he looked doing it, it sent the Korean internet into an absolute meltdown. People who didn't even listen to Kpop were taking to forums and social media, frantically asking, who is the car door guy? Car door guy began trending nationwide. It was a massive wake-up call to the industry. Jin didn't need to be center stage, hitting a high note or performing a dance break to capture the public's attention. He just needed to exist. But Car Door Guy was only a local phenomenon, a warm-up act. The real earthquake, the one that would shake the entire globe, that was still 2 years away. May 21st, 2017, the Billboard Music Awards in Las Vegas. This was a pivotal moment for BTS. They were the first K-pop group to attend the BBMAs. The pressure was unimaginable. They were stepping into completely uncharted territory, facing a Western media landscape that was still incredibly skeptical of them. They lined up on the magenta carpet for their press photos. RM, Suga, Jin, Hope, Jamin, V, and Jungkook. Vogue was there. Billboard was there. Every major entertainment outlet in the world was watching. And as the photos hit Twitter, something strange started happening. Non-K-pop fans, locals, people who'd never heard a single BTS song in their entire lives, started hijacking the replies, and they were all asking the exact same question: who is the third guy from the left? It started as a trickle, then it became a flood. It was an absolute avalanche of viral curiosity. Third guy from the left started trending in the United States, then worldwide. People were zooming in on his face, blown away by his asymmetrical perfection, his broad shoulders, and his effortless confidence. Billboard even had to write an entire article explaining who the third guy from the left was, just to satisfy the internet's overwhelming demand. During a post-award interview, a reporter finally brought it up. They asked the group how they felt about this sudden explosion of Western attention, and specifically about the viral frenzy surrounding the third guy from the left. Any other idol might have blushed. They might have looked down, humbly thanked the fans, and passed the microphone to their leader, but not Kim Seokjin. Instead of playing small, he leaned in. He flashed that famous, devastating smile, and with complete, unshakable confidence, he looked the world dead in the eye and said the words that would change everything. I am worldwide handsome. He didn't hesitate. He didn't shy away. He owned it. That single, unapologetic phrase was a masterclass in charm. The interviewer laughed. The other BTS members cringed, covered their faces, and cracked up. But the internet exploded all over again. But here is the secret genius of Worldwide Handsome. It wasn't just a funny catchphrase. It was a brilliant strategic survival tool. Think about it. In 2017 and 2018, BTS was navigating a brutal, high-pressure Western media circuit. They were sitting on couches with Ellen DeGeneres, Jimmy Fallon, and Graham Norton. RM was carrying the massive, exhausting weight of translating every single question and answer. The atmosphere was often tense. The culture clash was real. But Jin realized something incredibly powerful. He realized that humor and unshakable confidence transcend every language barrier on Earth. Whenever the energy in an interview dipped, whenever a reporter asked a dry, repetitive question, Jin would grab the microphone, blow his signature, devastating flying kiss, and proudly declare himself worldwide handsome. It broke the ice instantly. It made Hollywood royalty laugh out loud. It shifted the spotlight, relieved the pressure on his younger members, and gave the entire group room to breathe. It wasn't just a nickname, it was a shield. And the absolute craziest part of all, it wasn't even a brag, it was a statistical fact. In 2018, a prominent foreign plastic surgeon conducted a study analyzing the facial proportions of hundreds of Asian men. And the results went incredibly viral. The surgeon found that Jin's face perfectly matched the golden ratio of 1 to 1.618, the distance between his ears, the symmetry from his hairline to his chin. It was mathematically flawless. He wasn't just car door guy. He wasn't just the third guy from the left. He was scientifically certified. But as BTS entered their monumental Love Yourself era, the true meaning of worldwide handsome began to shift. Here is where the story goes from a viral pop culture moment to something profoundly deep. Because being worldwide handsome isn't actually about having a mathematically perfect face. If you listen to Jin's breathtaking solo track, Epiphany, the lyrics hit you like a ton of bricks. He stands alone on a stadium stage, playing the piano, singing about the painful journey of realizing that he is the one he should love in this world, his shining self, his precious soul. Behind closed doors, Jin has confessed that he isn't always bursting with bulletproof confidence. He has insecurities just like the rest of us. He feels the crushing, unimaginable pressure of being a vocalist in the biggest band in the history of the world. He has talked about feeling like he has to work twice as hard just to keep up.
So why does he shout worldwide handsome to 90,000 screaming people at Wembley Stadium? Why does he shamelessly blow flying kisses to cameras when he knows his bandmates are going to tease him relentlessly for it? Because he knows it makes ARMY smile. He intentionally sacrifices his own coolness for your happiness. He uses his face, his humor, and his exaggerated confidence as a tool to bring joy to millions of people. But more importantly, he actively chooses to love himself loudly and unapologetically, to give his fans the courage to do exactly the same. Seokjin took a viral Western media frenzy and turned it into an armor of self-love. He completely shattered the mysterious ice prince mold the industry tried to force him into, and replaced it with a man who is wonderfully loud, hilariously confident, and radiantly kind. Worldwide Handsome isn't just a title, it's a promise. It's a daily reminder from Seokjin to the rest of the world that true beauty starts with the radical courage to love exactly who you are, flaws and all. And yes, having a mathematically perfect face probably doesn't hurt either. What is your all-time favorite worldwide handsome moment? Was it a breathtaking red carpet look, a chaotic interview moment, or that unforgettable high note in Epiphany? Let us know down in the comments below. We read every single one. If this story made you smile today, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into the untamed history of BTS. Remember to love yourself, ARMY. We'll see you in the next one.